Today's webinar. First of all, a very good morning to all the dignitaries present here. On behalf of the SRM Institute of Hotel Management, Ikatatangal City Campus, Chennai, I extend a very warm welcome to one and all for today's live webinar. Today's live webinar on the topic Transform Guest Experience Post COVID-19. I am Shrestha S. Kumar, Teaching Associate at SRM IHM Ikatatangal and your moderator for today. A few words about our institution and the SRM group. SRM Institute of Hotel Management has completed 25 glorious years of excellence. Today, being the 5th, I felt the need to share this coincidental fact with all of you. SRM IHM has been inceptioned in the year 2017 with its world-class architecture. Been awarded the Most Preferred Hotel Management Institute Award from ASSOCHAM this year. SRM IHM is committed to actively raising the quality of life for every student. We want all our students, irrespective of caste, creed, or circumstance, to achieve their full potential. Our mission is to provide practical step-by-step assistance. Before opening up today's session, I would like to bring to light impact on all of us. Guests, as you all know, bring in majority of the revenue and revenues to the hotels. Hence, there has been a need to bring about certain for enhancing the guest experience in today. For the very same reason, we have some esteemed speakers amongst us who are going to address the audience regarding the same. Now, I would like to request our beloved HOD, Mr. David, to introduce our esteemed speakers for today's. Moving over to you, sir.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. I'm David Isaac, Head at SRM Institute of Hotel Management, Ikatatangal, Chennai. City Campus organizes a webinar on Sign Up to Transform Guest Experience Post-COVID-19. Now I take this privilege and pleasure to welcome our Executive Director, esteemed guest speakers, heads and faculties of various institutions, colleagues, students and all attendees. We now request our Honorable Executive Director, Dr. D. Antony Ashok Kumar, for Hotels and Hotel Management Institutes to address online and give us valuable inputs to our students who are aspiring to be hoteliers, who have motivated students by living examples, by sharing his expertise and knowledge. With this, I also, on behalf of all, we are deeply appreciative and offer you our most grateful welcome to Dr. Chef Damodaran K, a renowned celebrity chef, President of South Indian Culinary Association. He has done yeoman service to the students of Hotel and Catering Management by writing books. He was the recipient of a Lifetime Achievement Award for his good service. He has the Guinness record for his longest cooking marathon. He is a person known to us for his down-to-earth cooking style, who is happy to chat and communicate with a winning, charismatic smile. His efforts need no introduction. The result speaks for themselves. So once again, on behalf of management, we heartily welcome to this online webinar. Chef, we are truly delighted to welcome Mr. Rupam Datta, General Manager, Feathers Radha Hotel, Chennai. He is an expert in business strategist, trainer, and hotel opening specialist. He has around 25 years of learning and working exposure in the hospitality industry. In his career, he was enriched with a hands-on exposure for opening 2 full-service hotels in Bengaluru and Chennai. To add feather to his achievement and accomplishment, he holds the most reputed skill development leadership and management training course titled General Manager Program from Cornell University, USA. Once again, on behalf of our director, Dr. Antony Ashok Kumar, we welcome you to this online webinar, sir. And it's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to Mr. Sandeep Bhatnagar, General Manager, Ramada Plaza, Guindy, Chennai. He is very closely associated with our institute for providing hands-on training and job placement to our students in the city campus. He is specialist in pre-opening hotels, revenue optimization, conflict resolution, and driving cost effectiveness. He is certified Tata Business Excellence Model Assessor and trained at IMTC Pune. He has diverse experience in working with the finest hotels to learn the art of hospitality. And before I hand over to Ms. S. Shrestha Kumar, the teaching associate of SRM IHM E-Karthangal and our today's moderator for today's webinar, today we have something called a blended learning for the students of hotel management, are categorized in 3 categories. One is called academic learning, which will be taught in the Hotel Management Institute. The next one is experiential learning, which has been learned during their industrial training. And now what is the latest technology, what our director has given an opportunity on online learning. With this note, with that, I ask that you all give your full attention to Dr. Antony Ashok Kumar, our director, and help me in welcoming him to this academic webinar. So over to Dr. Antony Ashok Kumar of SRM Institute of Hotel Management to address the gathering and officially open the first online webinar for our institute with a great blessing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, David, for your wonderful introduction. I also heartily welcome all the speakers today who have been taking their time to be with us on this virtual learning. It's now it's going to be the latest technical way. All the institutions globally, which is adopted, whether it is hospitality or IT sector, any businesses now, they're emphasizing on learning, virtual learning. So it is good that David, you have organized the program, and I will not take much of a time. And the hospitality industry will bounce back, the hotels will bounce back as early as possible. That it may not, people are scared much how is going to be the future of the our industry. Now we can see the already the airlines are open, the domestics are open, and the students also not worry about what is going to be the future of this industry. Maybe it will take in a phase manner, maybe 4 or 5 phase manner. First phase will be the people who will come out from their homes, and they may go into religious places and temples, and they start their day with thanking the God and surrendering themselves to the God, and later on they may start going to the learning the how to come out the wellness, safety themselves to come out in the society and go into the public places of social functions. And the third phase will be the learning their own cuisines, their cultural and the cuisines. The fourth phase will be the domestic travel, and the fifth phase will be the traveling outside of the country. So it's going to be developed in a 5 phase. I assume that in 5 months' time, it will develop in a very fast manner. We are seeing in even the tier 3 towns, the small hotels are already started more of inquiries, and this is going to be no longer, it's going to be shut down. And it's also people need not to be worried. This is also one of the COVID-19. The virus is not as people are getting scared. Today also we have I also seen a beautiful message from one of the very much reputed hospital doctors. He said it is something like a chicken pox. When you have a chicken pox, all of you are at home. You take care as much as possible, cleanly, keep yourself clean and keep your family clean, keep the whole atmosphere in clean, and you come out of that. It's something similar like a chicken pox. So we need not to be worried. Everyone has to undergo this. So I wish that everybody, what we are expecting will come out soon, and this industry is going to be flourish again. It is going to be a bounce back. With that, I would like to finish my note. Thank you all once again, all of you joining in this platform on the hospitality of SRM Institute of Hotel Management City Campus. Thank you once again, all of you.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you.
Now we would like to request Dr. Chef Damodaran K to proceed with the speech, to proceed with the webinar today.
Okay, thank you. And good morning, one and all. So very, very happy to see you. At least the corona gave us an opportunity to see each other at the webinar or whatever Zoom. And thanks to SRM, thanks to Anthony Ashok, Doctor, as well as David for organizing this. And then the two legends are there, the general manager at 10. So really, it is really great opportunity to see them everybody at one umbrella. The topic actually, it is quite tricky actually. You're talking about the experience of the guest. I felt it before the experience of the guest, because that is going to take little time on that. Before that, I just wanted to mention certain points here. Related to the hotel industry I'm talking about, the scenario is little bad now. I was very happy that Dr. Anthony Ashok is saying very positively. With 5 months, everything is going to be come down. We are praying for that only actually. And Anthony also said that it is like a flu as well as the fever which we come across. That's what the doctor said. It so happened that we have no other option. We have to live with that. This is whatever it is now. Only the request to all the hoteliers as well as the students. Definitely, we have to safeguard ourselves. Whether the college, whether the hotel, whether hotel employees or college students, it is better to safeguard ourselves by having some mask as well as sanitizers and washing as well as soap and maintaining the self-distance. That is going to be there for another about 2 years. And definitely it's going to be there. And similarly, the hoteliers, now maybe the chef or general manager or the F&B manager or front office manager, it is a habit of having a morning meeting. General manager conducts a morning meeting. Similarly, the chefs, the corporate chefs, conduct a meeting with the fellow chefs. So what is the request here is, then how do we go about it after the COVID-19? The training the employees now, very important point. Because I told you, this is going to be existing at least for 2 years. This is going to be, overnight is not going to just go away. It is going to take some time. So what is happening, going to happen now? We have to train the employees. Let it be the management side or maybe the kitchen side or total operation of the hotel. How do we, I said, safeguard ourselves first of all. Number one. Number two, it has to be disinfected. The entire hotel has to be disinfected everywhere, nook and corner of the hotel. That work is already started now, because I guess according to the things are going on here, by mid of June, the hotels might open. Before that, I think all the hotels are doing that, the disinfection and then pest control and sterilizing all the vessels and etc. So, and also the revamping the stores and then defrosting the cold room and then whatever is the freezers or freezer, whatever you call, defrosting and then cleaning those things. Those things actually really has to be taken extra care. Mainly the stores. Secondly, the defrost, actually the cold rooms and other related the cold items where you're going to keep it. That has to be defrosted, dried properly, and then whatever the disinfection has to be done, it has to be done that, and then make it over. The doors must make it open and see that it's going to kept open and then leave it for some time. And then before that only, we are supposed to do all the disinfection as well as the keeping dry of the storerooms. Mainly the storeroom, in a set, in future, as much as material which are going to receive it, let it be a meat products, vegetable products, or provisions. You cannot handle directly. It has to be one place. Then the lean time for that, the provisions, the perishable commodities, maybe mainly the non-perishable commodities, is going to be for 1 day. Then only the concerned person is going to put it into the stock, and then it's going to stack what are the racks they have, they're going to write that. So otherwise, the contamination can be any form. It can be in the cardboard box. It can be in the people who are handling that. It can be anything. So to avoid that, 1 day, we have to leave it free. All the non-perishable commodities. The perishable commodities, I'm talking about the vegetables and the other perishable commodities. It has to be soaked in the turmeric water for some time, and then rinse it properly, and then keep it in the whatever the refrigerator, the freezers, whatever you wanted. Similarly, the meat also, it has to be stored, stacked properly. Because there's a thing say that some of the doctors say the contamination could be that the materials which you are handling. Everybody feels that once you cook the food, there's no problem for health. But before cooking the food, how you are storing that, it's a very, very valid thing actually. So the storekeeper, store manager, and the people are handling the materials, they have to be taken a lot of care in the hotel as well as the catering colleges. The another main area we have to look into that, kitchen. Kitchen, especially the kitchen, pot washing area. We have to give an extra care on this. So you know that every now and then the people are washing the pot, it has to be sterilized properly. The sterilization has to be done for every vessel. That area, there's what you call the pot washing area, has to be spick and span all the time. At least in a day, maybe 15 to 20 times it has to be rinsed properly, cleaned properly. That vessels has to be sterilized before going to the range. Another point here I have to mention, we are having a hood in all the kitchens. When you have a hood, the ventilation may not be requiring it now. Now, since we have this is a problem which is going to persist for at least for some more time, people are having a hood, and also I request possible for them to have a ventilation in the kitchen, which really helps the people who are cooking in the kitchen. The ventilation has to be done because that will going to help you out in a lot of ways actually. Because other than the hood actually we cannot fully, we are not able to do the cleaning process, only it sucks the air. Whereas the ventilation, wherever you keep it, you can get the fresh air, and the people who breathe also, they can use it because of the exhaust fan is cut out at the kitchen. What are the ventilation part I'm talking about? And then the food handlers, like for example, I'm talking about the kitchen employees, what is minimum required actually for preparing the dishes? Only that material. I'm talking about the provisions, meat products as well as vegetable, only what is required only, they're supposed to keep it in the kitchen. This habit, what they do normally, they have a mini store in the kitchen. That store, they stack all this actually, that it also has to be cleaned properly. That mini store also should have a maximum, what is required only you should have, not unnecessarily you stack that mini store, whatever, the emergency store, whatever you call it. The kitchen employees has to be trained properly about the self-hygienic point of view. Personal hygiene we say, the self-hygiene we say, and also the general hygiene of the kitchen now and then has to be properly cleaned. You can instruct maybe the people are there, they can ask them to do that, or themselves can do the cleaning of the kitchen. That is really going to take a vital role on that actually. The kitchen is concerned. Now regarding the service point of view, again, the waiters and the captain and the manager has to train the waiters how to talk to the guests. Here, I'm coming back to the point of guest experience is going to be here. The guest has to be satisfied what we are doing it first of all. We can say boldly that how we are sterilizing all the cutleries, crockeries. There was a question last week when I did this the webinar from the Calcutta College. Is it the guests are allowed to bring their own cutlery and crockery? Suppose I'm actually, I'm really scared to come to the hotel. Can I bring the cutlery, crockery, place it in the table and order the food and have it? But I don't know this actually, how far the hoteliers is going to agree for this unless the plates and the cutleries and crockeries, the plates, actually the mat, whatever the table mat, whatever you put in the table, it is going to be sterilized, it's going to be disinfected. In the end, the waiters has to be clearly explained to the guests what exactly is going to happen. It is not going to be scaring the guests. You are going to give information to the guests, and the guest should have a confidence in himself. Okay, this place is the right place to eat. So that way we have to train them. Actually, now one more thing I just want to tell you. The menu, regarding the menu part, let it be in the kitchen or let it be whatever in the coffee shop, it is not going to be elaborate menu. It is going to be short menu, which has got a more of nutritive value, more of medicinal value. For example, all these days we are having a soup. one soup we have, maybe sweet corn chicken soup, or maybe hot and sour, hot and pepper soup, or maybe cream of vegetable soup, cream of corn soup, whatever it is, that's fine. But in future, to satisfy the guests, first thing I'm asking, I'm coming down to your place, what is the soup we have, especially for the to get into the corona thing? I definitely one must learn the soup, which is actually the medicinal value, what we call it, the highly medicinal value soup, which consists of, in Tamil we say, Adimaduram, Chittarathai, Suppu, Malagu, Tippil, Kandathipili, and then we have what we call the pepper and the cumin, crush it and make a soup that must be available, because that is actually, that particular soup is going to really solve the problem of immune capacity into the body. That sort of materials which you're supposed to use in the food, maybe in the rasam form, or maybe in the soup form, maybe whatever the prepared dishes you are preparing it, a little bit of ginger, garlic, cumin, pepper. I said, I don't know the English word for Adimaduram and Chittarathai, that can be added and prepared. Definitely, the guests will be very happy to eat that. Guests is not going to look after now the chicken gravy or mutton gravy, fish curry. Definitely, they're going to ask you what is there in that, any medicinal value ingredients are there. So definitely, these are the ingredients which you put together into the gravy, whatever the preparation you are going to do. That has to be trained by the executive chefs, adding the medicinal value of ingredient to the menu. And also, I felt that in future, at least for down the line, about 1 year, the menu card is not going to be there. It is going to be a digital menu card. So definitely that will be going to help you, because scared to touch a menu card. At least the digital menu card will give you a lot of hope and scope for the guests also to read, and then they will place the order. I felt it one more thing very strongly regarding the buffet as well as a banquet. Suppose I have a hall for about 1,000 people, so I cannot accommodate all the 1,000 people. Maybe I can get about 300 to 400 people only, that 1,000 people hall. Only the 400 people I can carry the food, maintaining the self-distance and reducing the buffet dishes actually. Buffet is not possible. Maybe you can have different counters, what I call it. I'm talking about the bain-marie counters, where from there you can serve the table with number of people that can serve. Maybe now the present situation, the number of people are going to be really is going to be a question mark. So these are the things actually. If you all give all this, give it, I feel the guests will have confidence. Regarding the room point of view, once you let out one room, the same room you cannot let out another day. It has to take at least 3 days again to disinfect, or the changing of linen, washing, all this going to happen. You cannot have all the, suppose 120 rooms all the day, 120 rooms occupancy cannot be possible. At least for some time, you have to let out one room. After 3 days only, the same room can be let out. That is going to be there. Again, here also, the housekeeping department as well as the front office department people has to be trained properly, right from the receiving the guests and taking to the room. What are the precautionary measures? What are the precautions that we have taken from the hotel? That you have to tell them the guests, and then only the guests also satisfied, and we are also satisfied. Other than whatever you use the temperature test, we are doing washing with what are the sterilized hand sanitizers and so forth. It has to be in all the rooms. The amenity, extra amenities, this is also going to be there. That's what actually it has to be kept in all the rooms. Okay, now I'm coming back to the staff point of view. I know by this time, especially the staff from the other states might have left, might have gone actually. Maybe at least about 30-35% of the staff that are gone, or the layoff can be given by the hoteliers because of the want of business. Now what will happen? Here my request is here, I don't know whether you'll agree with me or not. Suppose I have a minimum of cooks. I cannot keep changing the cooks once in 3 days because of giving a layoff. Once in 3 days, I keep changing the cook. I'll be defeating with the quality of food actually. Suppose in case you want to do that, maybe once in 15 days, you can keep that cook. And after 15 days, you can replace the cook. Suppose you are short of manpower, or you don't want to retrench the staff. So you don't give a layoff. At least by this way, then to maintain the quality, you cannot do it once in 3 days. Whatever the change of shift, you cannot do it. Now, I know that by this time, now I told you the number of staff is going to be less. With a less number of staff only, the hotel is going to function. It is really going to be a challenge for some time. As Dr. said, it is going to be a challenge for at least for 1 year. Here, I'd just like to mention, I'll take another about 10 minutes, no problem. It's okay for you all? Is it okay for you all?
Okay, go ahead, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. No
okay.
problem.
Yeah, actually, this point of view, see, now I don't have a staff in my hotel. I have a very minimal staff. Maybe I wanted to give a layoff, I've given layoff, or maybe they themselves would have gone by this time to their native place. I opened a hotel. As we said, everything is ready. Now it's ready to let out. But where's the manpower for us? Now the manpower is going to be a big crisis, and it is going to be a very big challenge to all the other departments. How to maintain? Here only, the catering college students are coming to picture. Now, just a small piece of advice to all the students who are listening this. The catering college students, first year, second year, third year, all the 3 years. Now it's the right time for you to utilize the knowledge, what you are going to develop in the third year. First year, second year students, definitely you can verify your records. You can go through your Google, whatever is based on syllabus, or maybe extra knowledge you can gain instead of wasting your time. It is the right opportunity for every one of you to utilize these holidays. Maybe the college opens maybe in the month of August, for example. Still, another about 2 months, May, June, July, another 2 months more is there, 2 or 3 months more there. That actually, now at least you're not thought of it, you should think over it now. What best you can able to do it. Maybe the service side, you can refer a lot of opportunity to refer in the Google, maybe in the kitchen side, similarly housekeeping in the front office side, those who want to take up a career. Once you go to the college, you will be freshen up already the knowledge what you got know. Maybe you have gone through your website, or maybe your old records, maybe discussing with the people what is going to happen. That is for the students, the knowledge that you're going to develop. Okay. Now, what is going to happen for the catering college students? Will they going to get a job once you become to the third year? Is it going to be a campus recruitment? Or since already the retention of staff is there and the layoff is going to give it, or the hotel industry is ready to take the the catering college students for a campus recruitment, maybe the MT level or HOT level, or maybe whatever the operation training, whatever it is. In that way, are they going to take it? I have a very strong feeling here again. Now, the hotel employees have been already gone. Maybe I have about, let me say about 52% employees I have with me. In the 52% seeing the business, I'm going to see whether I have to give a layoff or whether I have to take out the extra staff. And then my percentage of the employees will become 45. With that 45 people, will I able to manage the show of the running a hotel? My thought actually, I've been thinking this, actually my thought was, already you know a lot of catering colleges are available. Maybe the third year, when you go for a campus recruitment, definitely you can appoint them, you can really take them as a management trainee or hotel operation trainee, or maybe housekeeping trainee, whatever the trainee you wanted, you can take them to the industry. Not only the third year, I'm talking about the campus recruitment. Now, third year I'm talking about, take them to the industry, keep them, you just keep training them, they'll be working, and you can solve the problem of a little bit of the employment problem there. I think the catering college boys will be very useful for during particularly this time. Okay, now you want to conduct maybe I said 1,000 people, you want maybe 300 people party I want to do. Again, you can definitely request a catering college, maybe a second year students or first year students on a ODC basis. Maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you're going to keep them, they also going to learn the trade number one. And your the salary part of whatever is going to spend, you're going to appoint people that particular, suppose you can call, at least you can able to manage with the ODC, especially on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because the crowd is going to be there. So this can definitely happen because all the hoteliers may be thinking this level instead of appointing people, because every hoteliers, the general managers are answerable to the management. Why so much of salary you are giving it now? No, when there is no business. I want the business. I want again. That has to be like previously how we are making it. I want it back. That is going to take, definitely is going to take at least minimum period of 1 year to get it normal. The reason being, the inflow of international tourism is going to be very, very less. Maybe few percentage only. Similarly, the the incoming of the tourists of the national tourism, talking about the domestic tourism, also is going to be less, at least for some time. See, now I have an opportunity to go to Malaysia. I'm scared to go because I don't want to go for at least for 1 year. Same way, everybody is going to think over. Same way, the local tourists, whoever it is, the domestic tourism, to come and stay in the hotel, they think twice. So now the business is going to be a little bit down, but how to attract the best people to get the business other than the done? My request here is, my suggestion request is, definitely we can deliver on door delivery, conducting, a personal meeting with the companies whom you know. A lot of companies are working nearby, especially the Sipcart people, wherever you have companies, you can see nearly about per day you can give about 5,000 to 6,000 meals, maybe packed meals on delivery to them. Instead, that way you can save. Instead, the guests can come because you cannot expect the guests to come. Maybe the walk-in guests, maybe a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the families might come and enjoy the food, but not all the weekdays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday may not be possible. So the packed meals to the companies, you're going to deliver to the companies. Maybe I'm talking about the marriage parties, which is minimum numbers where you can supply directly. So that might work out here, just a bit to keep your business little up actually. So these are the things we have to do. Mainly now I'm coming back to the point, after opening, the guest experience is going to be, firstly, they're going to have a confidence in the hotel. What are the things, maintenance that you made to make the guests happy? And what is the menu that you're going to give to make the guests happy? How we are keeping the room to make the guests happy? And the conversation between the guests and the employees is going to also matters. This is what actually my conclusion to you. I wish you all the best, all the hoteliers. I'm also praying God that all the hoteliers should do well shortly. Let's pray, and then we'll see what is going to happen. All the catering college students, please stay safe, and then please start working out your homework now, because no more time you can waste it. It is a very good opportunity. They've given you almost about 5 months now. So you can definitely improve your knowledge and skill, at least by going to the Google or gain the knowledge for whichever department you wanted. Otherwise, when you go to the college, because I don't know the syllabus, how they're able to finish it. If at all they extend the academic period. Now all the academic period is in the month of April, May, June. Suppose if we open the college month of June, next April may not be possible, so it is reduced. So the examination going to be conducted. Similarly, 1 year, carry over 1 year, that will be good actually. Suppose it's not there, and they have to rush up. So all the guys see that you're going to utilize their holidays properly, use something, usefully you do something, and I wish you all the best, all the students, God bless you all. And also thank to Roop as well as Sandeep and Dr. Anthony and David, and given opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chef, for the very valuable input to the students. It is useful, Chef. Thank you, Dr. Chef.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Damodaran Chef, for your wonderful insight on as the hotel industry is going to be after COVID-19. Now, moving on, now I'd like to request Mr. Rupam Datta sir to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I wanted to first of all thank SRM College for organizing this webinar and inviting the students. In fact, this has been a great phase of learning for all the hotel managers also, including all of us. Believe me, today I was listening to Chef Damu for, in fact, a lot of detailing that many of you have not attended sessions by FSSAI and FHRI. These are the points that has been discussed in those webinars. What Chef has told you in a nutshell is the essence of those meetings, that how you're going to prepare your kitchen areas, the back areas. Those are becoming your main areas now, because guest is not going to trust you anymore that I have the best reception, best looking hotel or best bed and all. They're going to trust you. Do you have the best hygiene? Do you have the best safety? You know, that is what is going to be the new luxury. So he has explained, in fact, he's touched literally every point. It was a wonderful hearing even for me. You know, I'm sure it's the same with Sandeep too, because every gen managers are trying to learn so much from these. So students, with you, we are also students today. When you have personalities like them and talking to us is something that we learn and take back. he said that as a student, so I'll come back, COVID is a new future. And what we have to understand is that COVID is not a fear. COVID is not good. It's going to live with us, just like how the chicken pox and other viral fever that comes, you got to live with it. You got to, and India, if you look at, I always say that to every people that I meet, that in some way, if you go, the immune system of our country is good because we still have grandmother's recipe running in our house. We are a house, in overseas countries, you grow up to 14, 15 years, you're on your own. The parents will leave you. And you go home, go out of your house and live in different hostels, be on your food, make your own food and all. Whereas our route has been always our grandmothers and our mothers, So they have always have, by God's grace, we have been fed with those ingredients, which is helping us today. We should thank our generation for that. So let's make that our strength. Let's take that as our strength. I'm sure I would say that the food production in different colleges, your college should have, as Chef Damu has just explained, that the kind of menu people will be looking for to get a surety that this is definitely going to happen in the future. Wow, they have a soup which is having such health value. So I think the production department in the SRM college should also have an exclusive learning on menus that will boost your immune. We still have, in fact, I want to tell you, I still have people, my employees, their grandmothers are making some Ayurveda medicines and give it to all of us that, you take these for your health. So our immune system is good. That's the reason in such population of a country, thank God that we were able to hold on to the mortality percentage, the kind of death that has happened in our country. Thank God. We literally have only prayers for everybody that it has not been as bad as every other country, many other countries that has happened. I mean, if you look at the best of the best health care system was available in US, and today they were not able to handle how we were able to handle. That has got, that talks about how our immune system has been. So let's take that, but don't take it as a granted. Don't be complacent that just because our immune system is good, so we don't have to wear mask. We don't have to wear gloves. We have to be more careful so that we don't spread. Either your knowledge or without, some time back, we have a wonderful group where all the general managers meet. In fact, myself, Sandeep, all of us meet. So this time it was a virtual, and believe me, there were people, the Hilton general managers was talking to us saying that when they have guests staying from, quarantine, and all of us, even Ramada has got quarantine guests from overseas traveling for. It's a responsibility hotel has taken. It's not a stigma. Fearless. A lot of employees are serving them. A lot of employees are going forward to offer their service to them. So hotel industry will always stand by anything that happens, any crisis that happens in the country, we will be there. Similarly, my hotel has got quarantine guests stationed now. I have guests. So we are all away from, we know that this is a sort of disease which has come, which is going to live with us, but that does not mean that we'll stop living. What we are doing today is we are taking precautions. We are ensuring that there is even at the time office, how earlier people used to come from our accommodation to the hotel, that is reduced. So you cannot come in a group. You can maximum travel one, maximum two, and that too not in close, keeping your hand on another friend's shoulder. That doesn't happen. So we have to be disciplined. We have to ensure that the college campus also becomes a sort of a hospital level of precautions, that you do not, it's not the earlier that in one class gets over, you join together, go to the cafe, go to a shop, go to a tea shop together, gang. No, that's not going to be the future. If you are doing that, you're actually not practicing yourself the responsibility, and anything that you practice becomes your fate. So if you practice the social distancing, you will be able to talk about it when you handle an interview, that personally what are the care that you have taken. So the management, anywhere you're sitting for an interview, they will be impressed that look at the boy's discipline, what all he has done. So anything that you do becomes a responsibility. I would say that in your college, make a group of people, join together, talk to the campus head and say that we would like to have a COVID care group created, a team led by some of the team leaders who will create a COVID care group, who will be doing an audit, who will be ensuring that all the classes have got right amount of, see, professors, faculties or principals, no one can, they are limited to manage 500, 600 students, and safety and the protocols that you maintain is not enough for the kind of number of faculties that we have. So students has to take responsibility. You have to come and say that we will form different groups. We will form to ensure that our toilets are clean and they're flushed together. Our housekeeping is cleaning them frequently. Every corner I have a hand wash available. Every corner I have a soap dispenser available. Every corner I have a sanitizer available. So, and there is a team who is doing a constant audit. There is a team who is ensuring that every students are being guided to follow these lines. So that becomes, I'm sure that this should be your video. When you create a video for your college, this is how the students are coming. This is how the students are sitting inside the college. This is how they're attending the practical sessions. This is how they're attending different lectures. This is how they're attending to the cafe. This is how they are going to the library. You know, all this should become a video for yourself. And that becomes your talking point. That becomes your sense of spreading that, you know, this campus is a care campus. This campus has got all the facilities and check that is required to be a great campus. So I will say that what you practice becomes your story. Tomorrow, when you go back to a different hotel for your interview, tell them that this is what, and show them that video, that what we created. SRM College has created this. SRM College maintains, this is the standard. What hotels are doing today, different videos are coming, how they're doing. You create for your college, you create for your classes. So, you know, you create. So this is a great learning, as Chef was talking about it. This is a great learning. What you learn today, if you don't practice it, it becomes, it goes off. It doesn't become a learning anymore. It die automatically. So what you have learned today, or what you have been learning, practice it. Make it a point that you develop your own team, a good team who is doing a COVID care team in SRM College, in your individual campus. So, coming back now, industry is going through a lot of change. You will obviously see the changes that's going to happen. So I'm sure you're going to call who are the people that are going to be sharing knowledge for you going forward. I would also, since you know, I have Dr. Anthony Ashok Kumar sitting here, I would, with this webinar, I also be telling you, you know, he has got a fantastic contacts in the market. Everyone knows him. The reputation of the college is so high. I would say that invite the engineers. You know, Chennai is blazed with different group of engineers. They're very, very knowledgeable. Ask them the kind of cost-cutting work they have done at their unit. Okay, this is a great learning. So you will know that how they have done, how they have calculated their, you know, how the plant room has been operated, how the electricity has been consumed, you know, what are the precautions they have taken, you know, what are the areas, because that's a second, after the payroll, that's the second biggest expense of a hotel, the utility. So how an engineer will let you know that how they have done in their individual unit, what is the way they have saved the cost. That's very important for you to learn, because this is one phase, it's like a war, you know, when after a world war, what has happened scenario like that, people are all exploring every possible way to survive. So surviving for a hotel was always a saving your cost. So engineering department was one of the key department for all of our hotels, who were able to save a lot of money for us. Third, come back and attend to the finance guys, bring them up, you know, so they will tell you the kind of measure they have taken. They will tell you how did they work out their finance, how did they work out the budget, you know, what is the budget they are going to have. We had a different budget. I know month of February, we all were done with our budget for the year 2021 and 22. So this was something like, you know, 2021 budget, what was created. Today we are changing that. Now it's a new budget which is going to come back. So how this has been prepared, how did you work out on your payroll, you know, how did you work out on your other expenses, like your variable expenses, fixed expenses. Let us get hold of them. They will tell you every reputed unit has worked on cost cutting at the finance. So they will tell you how to do it. So invite finance heads of different hotels. They will come back and share it to how it is done. Coming back, also let's understand digitally what are the things are happening. So you must be knowing that a lot of hotels have gone on a lot of digital way of promoting what they are doing. So let's understand that what is the digital future for hotel industry? What are the things going to happen? In fact, how the payment gateways are working for us, how do you a completely contactless business happening? Like, you arrive a city, a guest coming in, there is no interaction that's happening at the reception, how your check-in is happening, how the payment is happening, how you're going to your room, the checks are happening in the room, coming back and doing a departure. So the entire process is happening completely contactless. So every hotel has put in a fact in place. So everything is digital today. You go to a marketing. What are the marketing campaign that has happened in place? What are the message that we are creating in the market to spread awareness that hotels are safe to travel? What are the activities they have done? Understand all of this. Then you come back. One of the key department today, people who will be taking housekeeping as a career. Let me tell you guys, housekeeping is not anymore the department who a student who cannot speak the language English, it's not going to be the department anymore. It's going to be one of the key departments for hotels, because housekeeping is going to be the clinically most clinically efficient department, because they are the one who handles the laundry, who handles the surfaces of the hotel, who handles the guest room, who handles the cleanliness of the. So they are going to be coming top of your priorities, because you have to go through a complete. You are not going to get away with your training just by knowing that what are the liquids that you use to clean glasses or marbles, or what are the liquids chemicals that you use to in your laundry. It's not limited to that. It's now going to be much bigger. So housekeeping will have a huge career journey for yourself. You also have to know, you also have to invite. We have never thought of having pest control at higher level. So how does a pest control works? Because the work scenario in the kitchen and every other bacteria are so different that pest control is going to take a major role, because pest control and also the food nutritionist, like you have to focus on food nutrition, like which food can stay for how long, the contaminations of food, the values of nutritional values of each food. So you got to focus on those areas. Kitchen is not going to be crowded anymore. So you have to get used to, earlier the chefs used to work that you work in the range only. People who are working in the range, he will not be doing anything else. So now, because you don't want one particular food item to be prepared by 3 people. Earlier, you can give it to a trainee boy to chop the onion and chop the garlic and on for you, and you cook it. So it's going to be changed now. Everyone will ensure that minimum number of people is touching the ingredients. You follow? So a chef who was to earlier be on the range and putting the final touch on the dish is going to be the main guy. He's going to make his own misa. He's going to make his food. He's going to do the presentation and move away, because you don't want 3 people to touch one food. That is how it's going to happen, that one person who's there. So kitchen planning also will be based on your safe distance, and the garbage that are come out from the kitchen, you don't expect the kitchen stewarding to come anymore. India will adapt to the Western culture that you clean your kitchen, you cook your food. Every chef will get over to the level of that I maintain my kitchen and I take care of my food. So then only people will be trusting you that yes, you do not have multiple people entering your kitchen. These are the areas that you need to understand, that please get used to doing everything. Don't think that your pan, after cooking the pan, cannot be given to a kitchen stewarding boy, come and go and wash it and come back. You have to go walk yourself to the sink, wash your pan, come back and do it, because you don't want to allow somebody else to do it. If you practice all this, then you will be able to sit down in an interview and say to them, sir, what we practice at the college is this, that I will be able to do anything. So the management will think that if I recruit this boy, he can save a lot of cost for myself. He knows already this is what to be done. So this is how you prepare for the kitchen. Same goes with the housekeeping. You will have at least 100 plus touch points in a room, minimum 100 plus. So identify those touch points. Now, what you call is a touch point, starting from the time you insert your key to open the door and the doorknob, open your cupboards, remove your open the bathroom door with a knob, touching the switches, touching the telephone, touching the remote control, touching the lampshades, touching this bathroom, all your plumbing fittings. all these areas becomes a major touch point. So these touch point lists are very important, and everyone has to be sanitized after every use. How much of time it takes to, in fact, the linen is going to change, because housekeeping is not going to be a daily service hereafter. Housekeeping is going to be, if it is a long staying guest, probably it will become 3-4 days. Even some cases it will become 1 week. So it's not going to be every day, because minimum number of people will be entering a guest room, and that's the protocol. And every guest has been educated on those lines. We are spreading this news, so everyone will come to a hotel stay, ensuring that my room is, I have to keep my room in a different manner. The way earlier I used to put luxury in the room, that the luxury safety, as I said, luxury is no more add on multiple things. Many guests will prefer to have, you cannot be using your the soaps and shampoos reuse. You cannot be doing that. All of this has to be thrown. So literally a lot of costs will be involved in that. So you got to know all of this detailing. So how the linen is been treated. A guest linen comes out today, and a guest laundry comes out today. You cannot directly mix with any other laundry. You have to be keeping them separately. You need to treat them. You need to ensure that they go through a sunlight. Maybe future, I can see always that the UV lights are going to come back. It already started marketing. The UV lights will be always taking care of your crockeries and cutlery. So in the in-room dining areas, probably you'll see a tray is always going through a UV stick. You take a ray and the cutleries are all getting sanitized. So all of these changes are going to happen in the industry. The question is that, do you create an interest about it? It is, the hotel knowledge is not going to be limited to, how to do a check-in, check-outs, and what is the ingredients and cook food and all. It's not going to be. You have to be getting into detailing of how do you provide safe stay. And once you do all of these, how do you sanitize a car, a guest travel car? Because that's going to be again a big thing, that multiple people are using a car. So how do you take care of your car? How do you take care of your baggage scanning? After the baggage scanning, now it's a second process coming in, sanitizing your baggages. How do you handle those baggages? So at the reception, you're going to have a glass shields coming up in front of you, so that interactions are not, you can see each other, you can smile, because if you keep always completely covered, it's going to be changed. So a lot of hotels have already started doing that's going to be standard. You have a reception counter with a complete glass panel. So you can see somebody, but you may not be able to, when you talk, there is no droplets going to the other person. So safety is becoming a priority. So guys, I would say that all the students, you got to quickly learn to change our way of living. The faster we adapt to this way of living, then you are growing up as a student, you're maturing as a student. On the third year, you should be able to talk the way we are talking. I'm sure colleges will allow you to do a class mock practices, where you will be sitting and talking about the different measures that you are doing. So once you are aware of all these practices that are happening in the hotel, you become a fit for the industry. So there are two things that happens. You are industry friendly and you are industry fit. So maximum students, we learn at the end of third year, we become industry friendly, whereas we need to become now industry fit, which means the moment you enter the industry, you have to start doing things that we are talking today. You should not be now wondering that what to learn. Nobody will keep somebody as a learner anymore. That will add on to their costing. But if I hire somebody who's already aware of all these things, he is presenting himself on those lines, has got an advantage. So COVID is our future, and you got to learn to live with it. Maybe someday you'll see that automatically it will vanish. It's also possible. And till the time the vaccine comes out, you've got to be taking it head on. You got to be ensure that I'm fully covered. It's like playing the cricket. You take all the guards, you take all the helmet, you use all the guards, you get your arm guards, you get everything else, so you can play freely. So as you play cricket freely with guarding yourself, same thing. It doesn't mean that such a huge deuce ball is coming towards you. A pace bowler is bowling. You cannot say that no, sorry, it may hurt me, I'll not play. That is not going to happen. You got to safeguard yourself and get in. Same way the hotels will open their business. Guard ourselves, play the game. That's our future. So you have to get this message and get gear up. Hotels are going to come back soon, because we are one industry who adds smile to our life, adds smile to our business. So we cannot be keeping ourselves quiet. There will be multiple things that's happening in the industry. You have to get adapted to it. I thank you all. And I'm sure I tried giving you a message what you should start practicing. Chef has given you a huge amount of learning in his presentation. Please make a note. Don't switch off after the webinar that this has got over. Note down the key points shared by each member today. Note down in your diary. That shows that you are sincere about your future. You're making note for yourself. Once you do that, you are one step ahead. Then you know that this is how I'm going to prepare. Don't wait for somebody to remind you. You have to be self-disciplined. You have to be self-responsible. You are making note for yourself that these are the things I have learned today. I'm going to pick up and carry it forward. All the best, students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
That was now I can speak. That was a very powerful speech, Rupam sir. I'm sure the students have a lot to take back. And the most important point the students and the audience present here must note is self-discipline. Without self-discipline, they cannot proceed further. Okay, now moving on to the next esteemed speaker on our panel, Mr. Sandeep Bhatnagar, who is GM of the Ramada Plaza Gindi Hotel, Chennai. Moving over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shresha madam. Good morning, all of you, and I'm glad that I've been given this opportunity to be part of this wonderful group of more than 70 people. I saw that it touched almost 80 people also in between, and I think that was the time when Chef Damu was there. So of course, your popularity is always like that, Chef Damu. So it was really, really wonderful listening to you, Chef. As Rupam was saying, a lot of learning practically to me as well. So it is just not that, we are just here to speak, but we as hoteliers are always there to learn. So one thing I would like to, first of all, before even start, I would like to convey to the students is, no matter wherever you are, if you are a hotelier, you better learn. Every day is a learning and you have to continue learning. Even when we become a GM, we learn. I have our executive director, Dr. Ashok Antony as well here, who's himself an encyclopedia. We all day in, day out learn from him. So it is really a wonderful opportunity that I'm part of this platform right now. Chef Damu has really, really taken it in a very, very detailed manner, how on a day-to-day basis, guest experiences will be changing, how we have to live with COVID, how exactly the challenges posed by this new pandemic, and how exactly we as an industry really need to be coming out with that particular thing. And Rupam has really, really wonderfully worded it. I would probably like to pick up from where he ended, that, industry friendly and industry fit. I hope you, as all of you as a students, you understand, what Rupam was trying to say. Industry friendly, yes. We as the Indian hotel industry, as the hospitality industry, we are known across the globe to be friendly. We are across the globe. We are known for our welcoming, our hospitality, the way we really, really create experiences around. When you go to Western world, you don't probably have anybody to even pick up your luggage. But here, we don't even allow the guest, once he's on our premises, we treat him like a god. So that's how the industry has been over the years. And now it is, and in the past, one of the biggest challenge at times, even we come across, is that the students who are coming out of the industry, out of the institutions, are they industry fit? Even if they were not, it was not an issue. We were very happy to train them, and we were very happy to bring them on board, because a hotel used to do extraordinary business. We have probably 10 new management trainees joining in, or HOTs joining in, and we have time to really train them. And we had the resources at that time. But first of all, I'll talk about what's my take on the COVID. As Rupam was saying, just yesterday or day before yesterday, we all general managers met on an online platform, and we were discussing, what exactly is the take for everyone. And one thing that commonly emerged out of the discussions is, we have to live with COVID. Let's accept it. We as a hotel, as this independent unit that I'm talking about, we have accepted that, yes, we have to live with the COVID. And that's when we decided that, fine, whether the lockdown is there or not, what the things are, but we are hoteliers. we are a league which are there, which have to survive, which we have to go through. We cannot just keep our institutions shut, and we have to continue with the whole thing. And that's when we decided that, all these quarantined, evacuated passengers, we should accommodate them in our hotel. But we just didn't do it like that. We created a lot of standard operating procedures. There was a lot of training which has gone in, and then only we decided to do that. And that's what is the way of life going to be moving forward. That it's very important that, first of all, let's accept COVID is going to be around. And as rightly mentioned by Chef Damu, Rupam, that we as a country, we are fortunate that, we don't start our childhood with the junk food. We start with what our grandmothers and my mothers and everybody they are feeding us, the healthy food. And that has really raised our immunity levels to a place wherein we are stronger than the rest. But we can't just ignore that this thing is around, so we have to take precautions as well. So first of all, we all need to understand the precautions, what kind of precautions we have to take. You have to cover your mouth, you have to cover your hands, you have to cover your hairs. And that's how you need to be really moving out to serve. So it's not going to be just a service. You're going out with a smile and you're just trying to deliver. We need to really be having our proper gear in place before we really think of really moving out to serve. And this gear is not only to protect yourself, but also to protect others. Just in case you are a carrier, then it should not happen that you transmit that disease. So it's very important that we accept that COVID is going to be there and we have to live with it. Another very important point that Chef Damu has discussed was about immunity booster food. So it's very important that, we as a students, when we are at home right now, it's very important. We all are on the Facebook, we all are on the Instagram. It's important that you study the immunity boosters, how we can really, because that's the future. We have been till now we've been creating food which looks good, tastes good, smells good. But now things have to change. People, when they come, they may want to have food which is cooked hygienically, which is not only looking good, smelling good, it is also raising your level of immunity. So it's very important that you all as a student, when you have some time, you are at home right now, invest it in learning that we need to really be, in case somebody has an interest of moving into the food production or food and beverage service, you need to be knowing so that you can make the menus, you can create the menus, you can suggest the menus, and that's when you become industry fit when you comes to join us in the hotels. So that's what is my take on the COVID. Now, what exactly the hotel's role has to be moving forward? What I personally feel is the hotels has to continue. You cannot have a society without hotels. If you go back into the history, inns and motels and all this has been part. It has been there from time immemorial. So hotels and restaurants cannot go away. It's just a very, very temporary phase wherein things have been under lockdown. Industries have been shut. There have been a lot of travel restrictions. So yes, the business levels are low. Things are going to be tough. It's not going to be reviving, at least as told by my previous panelists, that industry is not going to revive at least for the next 6 months to maybe a year's time. So during this 1 year, how to make us relevant for the industry, it's very important for you as a students to be knowing. So to make relevant, it's very, very important that we, first of all, understand the cost efficiencies. There is a very, very thin difference between driving cost efficiency and controlling cost, or cost cutting rather. So it's very important when a customer comes or a guest comes and stays with us, he needs to get the right value for his money. And we've been creating it wonderfully well over the years. But now is the time when the real challenge has been posed, when we are not really earning those kind of revenues. We need to be driving cost efficiencies. And now major cost comes primarily from our utility bills like electricity, and also that is one aspect. And second biggest head is our payroll. So job market is going to be challenging in the times to come. But then, yes, if you are industry relevant, if you are industry fit, then there's no harm. If you're sitting across the interview, as Rupam was saying, and you really talk about that, how I am different from the others, how I can really contribute the value to your organization, you are the right fit. So make yourself industry fit. Times are changing. Times are going to be changing even in much more dynamic fashion. Every month, every week, things are changing and changing at a very fast pace. And it's very important that we all, as the industry entrants, as a newcomers to the industry, as students right now, we need to learn how to adapt to this particular changing environment. So driving cost efficiency is a very important thing. Learn from, again, online portals. I'm sure your institute will organize some sessions on that front as well, maybe in the times to come, wherein how you as an employee, how we as an employee can really contribute towards saving cost for an organization. Multi-skilling, I personally feel, is going to be the future ahead. I foresee, because payroll is one big area, and multi-skilling, multitasking is important. Earlier, what used to be there, a guy who would just be on a tandoor would want to just say that I can be a tandoor guy. I may not want to touch curry section. I may not want to be in a halwai section. But multi-skilling is important. Even I'll give you a live example of my hotel right now, wherein we have a team of about 15 chefs who are working at the moment to just take care of these people. So a guy who's been a halwai is also assisting in the bakery. A guy who's in a bakery may also be assisting. A guy who's been a Chinese chef is wonderfully working well with the guy in the Indian section to ensure that we deliver. So I think we need to be really, really open-minded. We need to really don't have to be really adamant and stuck to a point that, no, I just want to be moving into this direction. I just want to be moving. Yes, you need to be a specialist. But then, yes, multitasking is the future as far as I foresee. When you are in housekeeping, you need to be knowing the job of the laundry as well. You need to be knowing the job of the uniform room as well. You need to be an hygiene expert as well. So it is extremely important that you don't restrict yourself to just one single subsection or a trade. You try to multitask yourself, try to learn many more skills than what you are having. Just don't go for one. Like, for example, in my case, when I started off my career, I was very focused on front office, and I started off in front office, and I started from there. I got a chance to, of course, multitask myself, but that was not my intention. That was imposed at that time, but that helped me till date. So now is the time when we adapt to be industry fit, be multitasking yourself. You just don't restrict to one department. Just try to grasp knowledge of as much as you can, as many subsections of any department as you can, and make yourself really, really relevant. Now, moving forward, so hotels' role has to be there. Hotels has to continue. It's just a matter of time. I think it will pass by, and we will again come back into action. It is just maybe 3 months, 4 months, and things will start picking up back again. Now, what is going to be there in hotels moving forward, as again shared with you guys in the past as well, there are different touch points. Rupam really wonderfully explained how exactly housekeeping touch points are. I would even add add other touch points as well. Start from the point when the customer is entering inside your hotel. So there has to be the barriers, wherein you need to be learning what all measures can be taken. There could be a face shield, which your guard can wear. There has to be temperature, which has to be checked before allowing any guest to enter inside. Ensuring that your staff themselves are checked before they are allowed to come inside the hotel premise to serve the guests. Once the guest comes in, how we can have the foot mats with the proper disinfectants, which can disinfect your shoe base. How exactly you pass through, your luggage passes through the UV. As also mentioned, UV is going to be an important thing. Study that online. There are different kind of UVs, UVA, UVB, UVC. So how exactly UVC play an important role in eradicating your germs, and how exactly that can really help. So there are a lot of other equipments, for example, thermal cameras are there, wherein suppose you are entering inside a banquet wherein probably a group of 50 people has to walk in. You don't want to check every individual guest. So thermal cameras will scan you out of a group of 50 people. Also, you can recognize, oh, this guest is walking in who's got a slightly higher temperature, who can be then separated out from the group. So there are a lot of changes which are coming in every day. We guys are trying to think through how we can make it really, really a robust system, more safer and more hygienic environment for our guests. And we develop that confidence. Right now, it's about sentiment. It's about confidence. People have been there, but as Chef Danu was saying, suppose he has an opportunity to go to Malaysia, would he go right now? He said no. Why? Because right now there is no confidence about that. So it is very important that we as the budding professionals, as the hoteliers, we really reinstate that confidence amongst the people, amongst the travelers, that yes, they can walk into our premise and they are safe. And we are taking all precautions and genuinely taking precautions to ensure that they are given that hygienic environment, that highly sanitized environment. It is not only aesthetic. Earlier, we used to talk about aesthetic. I remember the time when we studied the housekeeping, and we learned how to make flower arrangements, how to make room, how to make different things we learned. And that's what these people who've been joining us have been doing. But now it's extremely important to learn how to sanitize a room. There are different chemicals, newer chemicals which are getting introduced. Virex is getting introduced. What is sodium hypochlorite? What is its role? It is very important that we bring in hygiene into our curriculum, into, even if it is not there in the textbook, because it may take some time, but you as the students, enough and more available online for you guys. Study it, how you can really utilize these chemicals to bring in more hygiene and more sanitized environment for your guests who are walking into your premise. So it is about developing confidence. So we as a hoteliers are strongly and very, very sincerely working day in, day out, how to really develop our new standard operating procedures, how to bring in new measures, how to bring in technology to ensure that we have contactless guest experience. So it's no longer that, I still remember, in one of my previous assignments, it used to be a Palace Hotel. There used to be 7 people who used to be involved in a check-in. Who would receive, one person will do RTT, there will be one person who would be walking along with the reg card, there are 2 people who would be walking alongside a guest, and there will be 7 people who would be involved in taking a guest check-in. It's no longer be like that. So technology is going to be taking over, and we need to learn the technology. So to be industry fit, it's extremely important that we learn technology, what is the new technology that's coming in, and we really understand, we really stay prepared to really adapt to the changing environments which are coming in. So hotels are developing new standard operating procedures. Hotels would definitely be looking at multi-skilled resources. Hotels would definitely be looking for people who have that warmth and attention towards the guest services, but at the same time have open mind, have flexibility, are more adaptable, and are more keen to learn the changing things. So if you are preparing yourself now, it will really helping you at the time when you'll be passing out from your institution. Now, starting from the arrival to departure, different experiences are already discussed. I would not like to touch upon how, on arrival, we are trying to develop, a system wherein you just walk in, you just scan a QR code, and you get to on your screen the menu for restaurant 1, restaurant 2, the bar. You get to have a screen wherein you can just touch on and you can request, okay, I want a mineral water bottle in my room, or I want the room to be clean. So everything is there on your mobile, and you touch on it. You go to a restaurant, sit there, and you open the menu on your own mobile, and you just select, okay, these 3 things I select. I just kind of punch it, and immediately the KOT goes inside the kitchen. The chef cooks the food, and it's only one chef as who's cooking, who's trying to do the misa, who's trying to do everything, who's just bare minimum contact has to be there, and it straight away goes to the guest table. He eats, and then the clearance happens. He pays by the Google Pay. He pays through the payment link or whatever online systems of paying are. And things gets over. So we need to be understanding that there is a lot of learning. In the morning, I was just looking on Swiggy also. This is one of the delivery platforms that we all guys are seeing. So amazing, you look at that, how they're trying to adapt to it, how they're trying to transform, how they're trying to give confidence to the end customer that though they do not have any restaurants, they're just a delivery portal, but how they're trying to reinstate that confidence among the people to order through them. So it's very important that we develop that positive sentiment, that confidence amongst our people, amongst our guests. And for that, you need to be very strong in marketing. You need to be very strong in knowing what your core subject is. Without knowing your subject, you can't bring in that confidence amongst the people who are going to be walking inside. So that's one thing which is going to be there. There has to be a lot of diversification that may be expected in case things doesn't start shaping up well. Then I anticipate that there will be a lot of diversification. Earlier, we used to like to outsource. I would outsource my pest control. I would outsource my laundry. I would outsource my security. I would outsource a lot of things because I have the core business to take care of. But moving forward, since the business levels are not good, we may not want to do that. We may want to manage a lot of things ourselves to see how we manage our costs. Because managing costs is very, very important. So keep this aspect of cost in mind. Keep multitasking in mind, because that's where you can directly contribute. And if you are a cost-effective person, if you can really create experiences for the guest working on the cost efficiencies, you become very relevant to the industry. So make yourself relevant by way of working on these aspects. And whatever you learn today, you practice it, as Rupam was saying. So that's a key mantra. You guys can definitely work on that aspect. Driving profitability is core of any business. No business is done to ensure that we can do CSR activities, but the core is to drive profitability. And in order to drive profitability, you have to ensure that you are relevant for your guests, and we are relevant for the industry as the industry professionals. So that is very, very important point. And apart from that, understanding the new normal is very important. Now, when we all have been hearing this new normal, I hope you all as a student understand what is new normal. Earlier, we were demanding. I would say, no, I would not sell my room for anything less than 7,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees. I would not sell my banquet at anything less than 12,000, 14,000 or 1,200, 1,500 rupees plus taxes paid. That was something which was a demand and supply thing which was there. So we had that kind of demand. So we were commanding that kind of rates. But I think there will be a new normal set. So it's very important in every aspect. This was about from the guest front. It is also about the employees. We need to really understand the new normal, which is going to be there in the industry. Not only in our industry, every industry. We've been talking about hotels, but you talk about automobiles. There has been zero sale of Maruti, Eicher, Ashok Leyland's. Banking institutions are in a bad shape. They are just extending moratorium month after month. So again, it's been extended for another 3 months for a simple reason. If you want the money back right now, people will not be able to pay, and you will have non-performing assets. So in order to do that, every industry is ailing right now. But we as a hotel will bounce back the soonest. It's just a wait and watch situation. The moment things start, the transportation starts, the airline starts, the railways start, the businesses start, we will be the first one to get filled up. And it's very important that you as students keep your interest in hotels. You all are doing hotel management. Hotels are not going to go away. There are phases in business. Every business has phases. Our business has a temporary difficult phase, but then it's going to improve also very soon. So with that high spirit, just keep moving on, understand the new normal, think of multitasking, think of cost efficiencies, learn the technology, learn the use of technology in a big way, starting from the guest front to how we can utilize the technology amongst the employees. There are a lot of new technologies which are coming in, and stay prepared when you walk inside the industry, how you really adapt to these new changes. And I'm sure SRM has been known to bring in the best and the most innovative and the most timely informations to you, education to you. So you would be learning all that. Most of the time, the best students we get is from the SRM Institute that comes to our hotel. So you would already be knowing a lot of things before you come and join the industry. But it's very important that you just take away these key pointers with you. Think more about it, and see there is a lot of information available online. Learn, make use of your time that you are at home and under the lockdown at the moment. And I wish you all the very best. Stay home, stay safe for now. And anytime you guys can reach out to me as well independently in case you want. My contact details are with David sir. So thank you, David. Thank you, Irisa. Thank you all.
Thank you all. It's a really wonderful learning time today. I'm sure that all the students would have taken a note on the points, and it was very valuable. I must thank Chef Damu.
I just wanted two more things to the students. I want to tell them. Can I just?
Yeah, please carry on.
Sure.
Actually, for the students, I just want to inform you that other than the syllabus, whatever syllabus you are learning, other than that, this high term you should learn the medicinal value food. It's very important. Maybe you can capture those ingredients from your grandma or mother, whoever it is. But definitely in future, it's going to be there. Actually, you will learn that. Another one, really, I'm very happy that Rupam was saying that housekeeping has got a very good career. But my wish to the students, you already decided a career. You have to learn the other department also. But my point of view, please see that you're going to stick on to your career. Suppose I want to be a F&B person. Yes, I want to introduce the service side. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a kitchen person. My career is the kitchen. I'm going to concentrate on the kitchen. Addition to that, as a multi-personality, I'm also going to learn the housekeeping, front office, as well as the service. But the main criteria, I'm going to make up a career. I want to become an executive chef, maybe the director of the kitchen, whatever it is that you want to make up a career. Your goal is, please don't divert now. You think that is your career, that's what you want to do something on that only. So additional learning is better, but see that you are going to stick to your career, that you have to aim for the goal, what you are going to do that should be very important. That's what I want to say.
It's really, I also appreciate and add one important message today. As chef was telling, Ayurvedic, the food soup, and I came across one of my friend who is also an Ayurvedic person, and also he's got the restaurant and in Coimbatore selling a sweet stall. He sent me a sample to test. Whenever he makes a new kind of a thing, he used to send me, because I like the way he innovates. He sent me a Mysore Pak, which can be a food supplement to a COVID patients, and also not only to a COVID patient. Anybody can have. You will not get the cold, or you will not get the cough. Even if you have a cough, if there are 2 doses of taking a 2 Mysore Pak, in interval of 2 or 3 days, you will get rid of whatever the cold. Maybe I will pass it to the panels today who have participated. I'm expecting the stock maybe by Wednesday. Maybe the chef should certify how it is going to be. It's very. I really appreciate your input, chef, about the kitchen hygiene and the introducing the Ayurvedic in the soup and the cuisines. And really, I learned a lot of things. I may also learn from the Rupam Datta. He has given a very good input of hygiene standard and what is going to be the post-COVID. We are into the COVID era, and what is going to be the post-COVID era. That's going to be the life of the future. And it was very informative message from Rupam Datta. The students really should take these notes, and it will be a very valid one. I also thank Mr. Sandeep. He's also already a very good team leader, and he builds a team along with them. Whatever the changes and challenges, he goes with that. Not only with this team, he'll also take the input from the other general managers, and he also shares the knowledge with the other general. That's very good quality of Mr. Sandeep about the cost, and also when the guest enters, how starting from the toe to head, how one has to keep himself as a safe, not only the guest and the staff of the hotel. It's a really great learning time. It is going to be the new learning era of the 20th century. With that, once again, I thank you all the panel members. Thank you the students, the David, the faculties taking this time for a learning time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir.
I request Mr. Shrestha S. Kumar to propose the vote of thanks.
Before concluding today's webinar, on behalf of the management, the director, Dr. D. Anthony Ashok Kumar, our HOD, faculties and students, I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Chef Damodaran K, Celebrity Chef, Mr. Rupam Datta, GM of Feathers, a Radha Hotel, Chennai, and Mr. Sandeep Bhatnagar for having spent their valuable time with us today and sharing their wonderful insights on guest experience. I'm sure students would have had a lot to take back today and implement the same in the future. Also, I'd like to express my gratitude to the faculties of SRM, IHM Kattangaltur and other colleges, and students of other colleges as well, for having graced the occasion with us. Thank you all once again. Stay home, stay safe. This is Shrestha S. Kumar signing off, and we hope to see you all once again in our future webinars. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, our director. Thank you, chef.
Thank you. Thank you.